On Monday, the 13th of May 2024, LEGO filed a lawsuit against a brick toy company called HA Bricks. The news first broke out from a post by LEGO train builder Tony Sava, and the news of the situation spread pretty rapidly. So the post reads as follows. LEGO is suing a custom train designer, HA Bricks, because they were, in part, printing on LEGO elements, printing on LEGO minifigure parts, and inserting ball bearings into Technic bricks for improved performance of LEGO trains. LEGO argued they did not sufficiently differentiate which parts were official LEGO bricks and which parts were modified LEGO bricks. LEGO is demanding that HA Bricks stop selling sets, pay a settlement, buy back all the previous sold sets and have them destroyed, and hand over customer data to LEGO. This is an asinine move by LEGO and does nothing but hurt their brand in my opinion. With all the new rules that make clubs jump through, it's felt like LEGO doesn't value their biggest fans for quite some time, but this is next level. So there are 3 parts to this case, and let's have a look at each one briefly now. Firstly, LEGO have declared roughly a year or so ago, maybe quite a bit longer, that printing on LEGO branded bricks and on minifigure parts is no longer permitted if you intend to sell them on. And this already throws me off. There are dozens of websites that sell custom printed parts. Some of them use clone brand parts, especially when it comes to minifigures, but what about those that offer unique prints for 2x4 tiles and 1x8 bricks? How does LEGO intend to police that still? Some products on the HA Bricks website, like this tank engine for example, show prints across numerous parts. The printed brick debate has been going on for ages, but that's something for another video. And what about lugs? The ever-treasured 1x8 event bricks. Lugs need to be able to get them made and paid. Are LEGO going to start policing that as well? Are they going to try and make sure that we can't get these ever-loved event bricks anymore? What about LEGO shows? What about the lugs themselves? They're starting to think about disbanding lugs. They got rid of AFO Day. Things are only getting worse. But coming back to this particular case, the second point is the modification of LEGO bricks. This primarily comes from HA Bricks adding roller bearings to the inserts of 1x2 Technic bricks. This improves performance greatly as many expert LEGO train builders use these. I myself have even purchased a set of these long ago. This is more understandable than the printed brick issue. It is natural for a company to not want consumers to modify their products because if something goes wrong, LEGO or the company that made the products in the first place is no longer liable. As a former nerfer, you would see countless modded blasters on the scene, but from 2019 I think it was onwards, there would be a notice on the box that says do not modify the product. It's not unreasonable for companies to make that point because if something goes wrong and you try to get in touch with them, that's going to cause a big issue. So frankly, this one I can see more sense with. That being said, the product of bearing fitted Technic bricks has 2 workarounds in my eyes. The first one is to sell the bearings on their own, and maybe even have a little guide to say how to apply them. And the other is quite obvious, just use clone branded parts. The big issue from this is the fact that HA Bricks is using LEGO branded pieces. It makes sense that HA Bricks will want to use the best quality bricks possible for their products, but surely they will be aware of the consequences of using the term and name LEGO anywhere on their website, right? This goes into the third and final points where HA Bricks has seemingly failed to differentiate where kits use clone bricks and LEGO branded bricks. Once again, using this tank engine, the product shown is a digital render, not the final physical product. The rest is the same for all of their kits. So naturally, it won't show any LEGO branded bricks unless it is specified anywhere. But it does specify. If you go to the HA Bricks About Us section, it says clear as day, we need many LEGO components to be able to sell the complete building sets. Reselling LEGO bricks for custom kits is something that LEGO have been on top of for years. I remember hearing about many debates over the years about this kind of situation. Just a quick side note, I think it's the WeBrick company that has provided smaller businesses with some parts for their own kits. There are some companies and small businesses that will try to make their own parts, but I believe it is the WeBrick company that offer these parts to these smaller businesses to make their kits in the first place. So I don't understand why HA Bricks wouldn't take up the same offer. With everyone that has used WeBricks, They've said nothing but positive things about the quality. The only difference is they don't have Lego written on the studs, so just a side note. And those are the three main reasons why Lego is suing HA Bricks. I hate to say it, but it's not exactly unreasonable for Lego to sue them. But what Lego wants HA Bricks to do after this is very unreasonable. So revisiting that post from Tony Sava, Lego is demanding that HA Brick do the following things. Stop selling their kits, buy back their kits, destroy those kits, pay a settlement to Lego, and hand over all customer information to Lego. That is mind-boggling. Asinine is absolutely the right word there. I cannot believe they're expecting HA Bricks to do this. Buy back and destroy, pay the set... it's... okay, that's quite a stupid list. So stop selling their kits, fine. Chances are, 99% of the time, Lego is going to win this lawsuit, so HA will have to stop selling altogether. Buying back their kits? That's impossible. Pretty much everyone who has bought from them is going to refuse selling their kits back to HA, because what if the kits have been reassembled for something else? What if they never touch them? What if they're lost? I mean, what if they even don't want to part with them? That's impossible to enforce. Destroying those kits. That is going to be interesting as well, because the only parts of the kits that won't be destroyed will be the Lego branded bricks. I'm guessing things like the bearings and anything that's their own brand will have to be completely destroyed, in the same way where they forced Lepin to destroy all of their kits. Paying a settlement to Lego, this is going to be the nail in the coffin for HA Bricks. I mean, Lego is a huge corporation. There is no way they don't get this to happen. HA Bricks is a very small business. I've bought from them once before. It was not the smoothest transaction, I must admit, but I remember one of the final emails I got from them saying they are a small business run by a few people that they do in their spare time. So, whatever the settlement is going to be, chances are HA Bricks, or the people that run HA Bricks, are going to be, I dare not say it, but probably close to bankrupt. This is going to be ridiculous to see. But the most ridiculous thing is hand over all customer information. What do you do to hand all of that over in a way that is safe? Is that even legal? I'm pretty sure there's an aspect to that is at least somewhat illegal, because HA have a legal obligation to make sure that doesn't go in the wrong hands. And whilst Lego has their own customer information, it's, I don't know, off the top of my head I really couldn't say. There's a lot of legalese that I don't know, so I can't really say too much here, of course. But it's so baffling. Again, this is huge demands for such a tiny business to have to do. I made a video in December 2021 talking about why I believed Lego won't redo a dedicated trains theme of sets again, and I came to the conclusion that it was due to the mock scene being too advanced for Lego to keep up with. That is just my personal view, and it is somewhat one-sided. I also have a podcast where I chat with fellow Lego train builders, and I made sure to ask what their ideal Lego train set was. It was a very common answer of seeing a small engine with maybe a wagon, and that would be it. It would be along the lines of what we saw with the My Own Train series, so it's nothing extravagant, nothing that Lego can't do. This is something we would love to see Lego do again, but there is so much more that can be done for the train side of the Lego hobby. Things like, I don't know, better options for smoother running wheels than Lego's current version. You know that one that was introduced with the Disney train? It had plastic wheels, there was no metal bar going through them. Lego claimed, they're better than the current ones, but everyone who tested it proved that they were wrong. Sets of locomotives and wagons that actually have detail but don't cost a fortune. Yeah, that's not exactly a difficult thing to do. Lego, you've done that before. And what about other small businesses that carry on the 9-volt track system? How many people are still saying, I wish the 9-volt track came back? There is someone making that. And other businesses that make compatible track pieces in dimensions that people want. Something wider curves. They're all Lego compatible. Some of them are even 3D printed. but none of them use existing LEGO pieces. Nothing is modified to make that happen. Is LEGO going to try and police that? This video is being made on Thursday the 16th of May, and according to my research, a judge ruling is going to take place on Tuesday the 21st. As I said earlier, LEGO suing HA Bricks isn't exactly unreasonable. You can understand why they would want to do that, but it's what they want HA Bricks to do that has AFOLs baffled everywhere. For years, LEGO train builders have wanted to see some kind of revival for the trains theme. Think of the sets we got in the 90s. It was a golden age of train sets from them. How many people still want a Metroliner set? The set's like 35 years old nearly, and people are still demanding to get one somewhere on the second-hand market. A second side note from that, people have been making connections with this to LEGO having bought Bricklink. It's starting to become more and more obvious that LEGO's push for a monopoly is becoming aggressive. In line with the city train sets that we get once every 4 years, and the occasional extra one every year or two, along the lines of the Orient Express for example, LEGO looks at that and thinks, yeah, that's enough. 2 years ago we got a dedicated train station set in the city line, and coming out on June 1st we have a tram station set. That is pretty cool to see, and it is nice to see that we're getting a few more, but that's 2 more sets. How long until the next one? Why do you think all these small businesses exist? It's to fill the gap in the markets that LEGO would rather ignore. And fans aren't asking for very specific products like bearing wheels and things along the lines of model railways. The hardcore hobby will cater to itself. Things like these bearing wheels are very specific, and there really isn't that many people that use them. They're really nifty, but at the same time you have to be really into it to want to use these. But that's just one example of something hardcore that we know we don't want. What we do want is to see more sets. It's not that hard. There is a sweet spot between the city train sets that we get and something like the Orient Express. They're bringing back the space theme in full force. Technic, City, Friends, there probably is another theme or two that's getting dedicated space themed sets. So what's stopping them to do that with trains in a few years' time? Let the space hype have its fun. Then in a few years, bring back the railways. There is a market there. It has been discussed many times in many places on the internet and with groups and clubs that LEGO can make train products like wider curves and more railway related products where it's just a locomotive or just a wagon on its own, akin to the My Own Train. Now, before anyone says anything about that, the market for the My Own Train style of sets may not have been there 20 years ago when it came out, but it sure as hell is here now. My last note on this situation will be this. LEGO have dismissed train fans for years, and the wider LEGO community does so too. LEGO Trains has been self-fulfilling, and we are a large hobby just like model trains, only we choose to model with LEGO bricks. The arrogance from non-train builders when they see this and wipe it away with a selfish, well who cares comment annoys me so much. What if LEGO decided to just suddenly cut off this space revival they got going on for this year? What if they cut it off in September, decided, yep, that's it, you've had your fun with space, we're done, moving on? You'd care a hell of a lot more, wouldn't you? At the end of the day, LEGO is a corporation, and they will do things their way. Everyone else, be damned.